Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany and I wanted to talk to you about Inktober. So I haven't done an intro video just because I wanted to make sure I was going to follow through for the first few days, which I have been. So I feel like I am ready to kind of talk to you guys about what I'm using and how it's going so far. Let's talk about the notebooks. I am doing my Inktober in the Hobonichi Techo, which is House in this folio trifold sojourner. I actually got some ink marks on it, surprisingly. I'm just now realizing that. But this I have talked about a couple times already in some of my previous videos, but I really like this because it has a lot of pockets. It is the perfect size to hold my chunky Hobonichi Techo. So this I felt was the perfect notebook to use because I have been using it all year long for doodling my day. And I have multiple videos of all my doodles each month on my YouTube, so make sure to check those out if you are interested. I will do a flip through of the first couple days of Inktober. For those of you who are not following me on Instagram and want to see how I'm doing with Inktober, please follow me there because I do not intend to continuously make a ton of videos for Inktober. Really any Inktober videos other than probably the one at the end of the month. So I post my spreads on my Instagram. This notebook I actually am finally going to call it my art journal, not just my journal. This is from HandstitchedLeather, and well, the cover is from HandstitchedLeather, and this is my A5 Nanami white Tomoe River notebook. And I use this for journaling and also for doodling. So that's an artwork. So that's why I'm calling it my art journal. I use this one mainly for sketching out my spreads before, like the night before, just to see what I want to do. I guess you can call them thumbnails, but they tend to be a little bit more detailed than your typical thumbnail. So that's how these work, and I will show you a couple examples from both of these. But now let's get into some of the materials. So the ink I'm using this year is the Winsor & Newton ink, and this is my first year using this ink. This is my second year attempting Inktober. The first year, which was last year, I only made it to day 3, I believe, or maybe even just day 2. Yeah, it just didn't work out. But this year I have been very determined to try it, and because I am limiting myself on space by using the Hobonichi Techo, I will be a lot more successful. Again, using the Winsor & Newton ink, I really like this ink so far, and it comes in this really cute glass bottle. It has like a little eyedropper here, so it's easy to access the ink that way. And what I do is put it in this glass bottle. It's like a cute little bottle. I'm not really sure where I got it from, but I poured probably just a quarter of the ink into this bottle. It's really tiny. You can't really see it that well because the black ink is sloshing around, but it's a glass bottle. It's partially filled just to hopefully help avoid any spills. And then I just safely put this away in storage until I need some more. I use this bottle, well, it has water in here and it helps reactivate the ink after it has dried up because I put it in here. I have this ceramic bowl that has 6 different wells, and I put the ink in here. Typically, I don't know if people clean their wells every night, but I actually like to not clean it because I like that grainy texture after it has dried, and I reactivate it with water. I am using this brush, which is from Cranston, and this was on my Instagram stories if any of you follow me there, but I got this from Amazon. It came in this actually a pretty decent box, and it came with what, like 6 other brushes. And so I've only designated one brush to my ink because I didn't want to damage any of the other brushes, as I don't really wash this brush out after I use it every time. I know that's bad, but I've already decided to keep this as my India ink water brush. So this is what they call a number 2 size, which I don't think the sizes of the brush is pretty accurate, because I do have some number 2s that are smaller than this, and I have like a number 4 that is about this size. So that's why I kind of chose this brush to be kind of disposable in a sense after Inktober. If it's kind of, you could tell by the hair, it's not really doing very well. So this one might get disposed. What I like about this brush so far is that it has 3 flattened sides to easily hold your water brush, and then it doesn't roll off the table, which is good, especially if you have ink on it. So you could just set it down. I really like that. Other than India ink, I just recently got my Copics. These are my first black Copic markers, pigment liners. I pretty much use the 0.3, the 0.1. I haven't felt the need to use the 0.05 and the 0.03, but this came in a 4-pack, and so I've been using these just for a really small detail. Before I start inking, I actually use pencil, and then I like to use a Tombow Mono eraser. I also, before I got these, because I just got these by like day 2, so before day 2 I was actually using my Micron 02 and my Uni Pen in the 03 size. So these are awesome fine liners as well. I find that the Copics dry a tad bit faster than the Micron and the Uni Pen on the Hobonichi paper. I have been practicing with my Pentel pocket brush, and this one has the natural hairs. It's very pigmented, and it does take 30 seconds or a little bit more, maybe a minute, to dry after I use it. And then after everything dries, I start coloring in my illustrations with India ink. If I do need it, I will use my Uniball Signo for any highlights or other details. Now let me show you how it's being done, kind of. So my prompt list is actually in my Bujo, which I also use with me too. Some of the things I do, for instance, if I am trying to figure out what I'm going to draw for the next day, I will swatch some of the colors like I did here, and then I will actually sketch it out and color it in. So this is something I did for, I think, day 3, and this was something I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for day 4, and I settled on this girl. You can see that, you know, she was just a sketch and I inked her up, but I didn't really finish coloring her in. And then for day 5, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do more of just like face and drawing the girl, or like drawing the whole body. I'm not great at figures, but I know that I really wanted to focus on drawing women's faces, so I decided to do this one instead of this one. So yeah, so this is kind of like my process, and that's how I kind of think through things. I will just draw them out and actually do pretty much a complete rough draft illustration. So I'm going to open up here and show you how my first 5 days went in my Hobonichi. So this was day 1. So I drew this chick and this snake for day 1, poisonous, and a poison bottle of fluid. She is feeding the poisonous snake. Then for tranquil, I don't know about you, but I like to listen to music. It kind of calms me down and makes me feel good. So I decided to draw a chick listening to music. And then for day 3, roasted, I love marshmallows and s'mores. And I haven't had a s'more in the longest time. So this year, when it starts to get cool, I'm gonna make s'mores for me and my family. Hopefully we'll be able to do it outside. If not, we have a gas burner so we can just do it inside the house too. When I thought of roasted, it made me think of roasted marshmallows and making s'mores. So that's what I drew. This one, I wanted to draw a girl who was putting a spell on her notebook, and her notebook was writing down her thoughts. And one of the things that sucks when you have a notebook this big, it's supposed to last for the whole year, is that you start getting to the curved part of the notebooks. All my illustrations on the left side of the page are gonna be somewhat partially hidden and hard to capture because of this hump here, but I'll try to work through it. So this is supposed to be like her notebook, and her mind is telling her notebook and her pencil what to write, and they're writing down the thoughts in her head. And then for Friday, which is today, which is the day I'm filming this, the girl who is way too chicken to do anything, she is hiding behind her very comfortable sweatshirt. She's a little bit scared, as you can see by her hair, which is flying in the air. So that's what I drew. I haven't thought about what I'm gonna draw for Saturday. In fact, I don't even know what the prompt is for Saturday. I'm gonna have to look that up. But ideally at this point, since I am filming this in the evening, I will think about it, start sketching it out in my art journal, and then come up with a final plan, and then try to execute that plan on the following morning. Then I will post a picture. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful or informative. Again, this is my second year doing Inktober, and I am determined to be able to finish it all the way to 31 days. I hope you guys can stick with me on that journey on my Instagram, so go check out my Instagram if you're interested. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing because I have a lot more to come. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!